What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to Hands Down Sports. It's on here on YouTube. So, today I'm starting on a podcast. I'm going to be talking about my thoughts about the first week of the NFL. Of course, I'm recording this on Monday before the Vikings and Bears face off, which will be the opposite of what the Ravens and Bills did on Sunday night. Because that game was amazing. Now, what we're going to talk about first. My fantasy teams, I got 3 leads. All right? One of them, I'm 85% chance of winning. The other 2, I'm a 0% chance of winning. My guys didn't come through for me. My main league, I like my team. It shows some promise. 0-1. Hopefully next week, get that production that I was missing and get a win. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted on that. Then my Dynasty League, my team is trash, straight garbage. And I need to reevaluate my fantasy thinking and love and that todo loco. Prepárate. This is going to be a long season for me, my G. But that's okay, my dude. We'll start off with that Dallas Eagles game. My G, it was a really good game in the first half. I think the second half was mostly like defense because they only scored 3 points, bro. My final score was going to be 28-22. It was 20-24. So the spitting thing by that defensive player, I know, he's a tough guy and everything, but that's mad disrespectful, dogs. Anyways, you probably get suspended for like a game. I don't know what the NFL does for shit like this. But the Chargers and Chiefs game was great. I just want to say that Kelsey, even though I'm a big fan, I'm happy for you and Swifty and all them. But loco, you ran into your boy. I hope you apologize, though. I know you saw him. You saw him, babe. There's no way you didn't see him and you ran into him by accident. I'm not listening to that one. I don't know what he has said. I haven't seen that on ESPN. I don't know what the interview was. I don't even know if anybody asked him about that play. But all I got to say, my G, he ran into him. And now he has a dislocated shoulder. Rashee Rice, he's on your fantasy squad. He's looking good right now. I wouldn't trade him for nothing. Anyways, the Dolphins and Colts. The Dolphins made Daniel Jones look like Peyton Manning last night. Well, yesterday in the daytime, right? They played at 1 o'clock, I think it was. The Dolphins look bad, babe. I got them on my bench on defense. I'm going to drop them ASAP. The Dolphins looked horrible. Tua with those fumbles and interceptions in the first quarter. My G. Excuse me, but the Dolphins got to look for a quarterback, dogs. Peyton Manning's son, he's out there. No, it's not. Is it Peyton Manning's son? It has to be. I don't think it's Eli's son. It doesn't matter. One Archie Manning that's in Texas. Anyways, the Colts, they went up and down the field. Their defense looked great. Taylor looked awesome. I mean, he didn't put up 20-something points in fantasy, but his 15 was good. And then if you had Daniel Jones in your FanDuel or DraftKings, he killed it. That dude did amazing. He looked really sharp, man. He looked like he's going to be nice and quiet. Yo no estoy hablando aquí. Yo vine a jugar the best that I can, bro. And he looked great yesterday. First time I'm saying that, really, but keep it up there, Daniel Jones. The Colts fans would appreciate that, my G. The Steelers and Jets game was awesome. I can't believe old man Rodgers busted him and got, brought him down the field, got the winning field goal. I think it was a winning field goal, right? Let me see here. The recap, does it say it? No, I'm not reading that shit right now. Play-by-play. Let me see here. Fourth quarter. Yeah, the field goal. Who's their kicker, be? Because he hit like a 50-something. Yo, son. I'm looking at the play-by-play here. Scoring plays. Touchdown. Field goal. Look at that. In the second quarter, Chris Boswell. We know he's a good kicker. 56-yarder. Boom. And then he came around and hit a 60-yard field goal for the win. Right? 60 yards. That was Dieselson. But that was an exciting game. The Jets got a lot to look forward to. I know I'm a Jet fan, but last year there was tons of games that they lost, like at the fourth quarter or by a field goal or a touchdown. You just gotta put it together, dogs. And they look good, man. I mean, this dude missed that play, could have extended it. They could have tried to go down to kick a field goal to win the game. You need somebody to kick it for 70 yards, dogs. You know what I mean? Giants and Commanders. The Giants looked horrible. I think it's time for Dart to come through. You know what I mean? Give him a chance, man. I mean, maybe I'll give, at the local, one more try. Wilson. I'll give Wilson one more try. He's like, who they got to face next week? The Giants are playing the Cowboys. Oof. I'll give them that one. They're like, yo, we got to win this game, or we got to lose by 3. We got to look good out there. So, Russ, I'm sitting you down for the rookie, dogs. Dart looked good in the preseason. The Panthers and Jaguars, they had that rain delay. The Jaguars, ETN. Hey, man, nobody won him on fantasy, bro. And he hit you off with 143 rushing yards. No touchdown. I don't know why. But 16 carries. Yo, he is the number one over there. That's straight up and down. Tank, Tootin, all you guys, I can sit down. I mean, Brian Thomas Jr. did not have a good receiving game at all. He got shut down. One catch for 11 yards, but then he ran it in for a touchdown for 9 yards. So that was good to see. But, man, he screwed me over. The 49ers and Seahawks was a good game. Brock Purdy, yo, man, what can I say? And he's not going to have Kittle for a little bit because he had a hamstring issue during the game, so he was out quick. If you had a parlay on that one, under, it was dope. you done won that one. But Brock Purdy probably hit you off with like 20 fantasy points. In the box score, he had 277 yards, 2 intos, and 2 touchdowns. So, all right, Purdy, you got to stop with the interceptions. But the main thing is, I got to say, is like, so far, it's glad to prove me wrong. Christian McCaffrey, CMC, 22 carries for 69 yards, which is not impressive, but you dump it off to him. 9 catches out of 10 targets, 73 yards on that. By G. No touchdown, but he still hit you off with that 20-plus fantasy, PPR league. You know what I'm saying? The Seahawks, it was nice to see Charbonnet. He's the one that got the touchdown, but 12 carries for him, 10 for Kenneth Walker. JSN, huge game, 9 catches for 124 yards. That looked great. Cooper Kupp, una mierda, 3 targets for 2 catches and 15 yards, man. Yeah, you get old, bro. It's time to call it. It's time to call it. But, JSN did fumble twice, lost 1. Sam Darnold, una mierda, like always. What can you expect, right? he's like, yo, I don't give a damn. I got paid, daddy. I got paid. I didn't watch the Rams game versus the Texans, but 14-9. I bet you Texas had some chances to win the game, but Stroud, come on, my dude. I thought he was nicer than this, babe. You know what I'm saying? I thought you had more skills than this. I don't know, babe. I look at this box score. I know the box score is not really, identifying everything, but no touchdowns thrown, an into, less than 200 yards passing, and then you ran it for 32 yards probably because he was, rushed out the pocket. Gee, that's not good. Nick Chubb hit you with 60 rushing yards. That's good to see. They gave him 13 carries. Let me see here. My guy, Nico Collins. No tu está loco. That was horrible by G. But anyways, let's get to the next game. Let me see here. Cardinals and Saints was a pretty good game. I mean, Kamara, he's the man, bro. And then the Cardinals won 20-13. Kyler Murray was sick at the beginning of the game. They were going to call him, to rest, but he actually played. 163 passing yards with 2 touchdowns, no intos, official, and he ran it 7 times for 38 yards. Not bad. He could do much better, but it is what it is. Trey McBride, 6 catches, 60 yards. That's his floor, probably. Marvin Harrison Jr., 5 receptions for 71 yards and a touchdown. Really nice to see. Trey Benson, man, 8 carries for 69 rushing yards. That was nice. James Conner, he's the main focal point over there in the running back room. He caught the ball. Let me see here. 4 times for 5 yards and a touchdown. So they used him, close to the goal line and everything like that. And then 12 carries for 39 yards. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it was good production fantasy-wise. The Raiders and the Patriots, it was nice to see Geno and them. That first quarter, first drive, really nice. But, of course, 362 passing yards for Geno, 1 touchdown, 1 into. Genti got his first rushing touchdown in the NFL. 38 rushing yards, and they gave him 19 carries, so we got to work on that offensive line. Come on, my G. Brock Bowers killed it before he got a little injury there. 5 catches for 103 yards. Brock Bowers is the truth, my G. Now, Jacoby Myers, he's the #1 wide receiver. He must be happy now. He's looking for his contract. So if he could put up these numbers, that's nice. 8 catches, 97 yards. Trey Tucker was the one that got the touchdown. 2 catches for 54 yards. Official. Now the Patriots, Drake May, an interception and a touchdown. Okay, second year in the league. I got you. 287. Boom. And then he ran it for 11 yards, probably by accident. But Trayvon Henderson only got 5 carries, 27 yards. He did catch it for 6 catches and 24 yards, but basically, DeMarco Douglas got a receiving touchdown, and that's it. I mean, what is it, 13-20 Raiders. So, and Geno's not supposed to be the man outdoors. He's the man indoors. So it says right here, George Kittle will miss a few weeks due to hamstring. Anyways, the third best tight end in the league is hurt already. My G. Oh my God. Jawan Jennings' shoulder came back clean from the MRI. Good. You owe me, son. And plus you owe yourself, because you got to go out there and make it happen with that little bonus contract you got. You're not Justin Jefferson, my G. You know what I mean? I know you're trying to get a good contract on the mill. The regular shit. Bengals looked horrible. The Browns did as well. I don't know who peeped that, but the people that, Cleveland, I don't know what to say, my G. They had tons of opportunities to win this game. I mean, Jamar Chase didn't even do anything with it. I didn't want to go over the stats. That was just probably one of the worst games. Besides the Dolphins, the Bengals and the Browns were right behind them. That's one of the worst. Now, the Titans lost to the Broncos. The Broncos didn't look that great either. They did come through in the clutch. The Titans, we got a little work to do. Cam Ward didn't throw a touchdown. Only threw 112 yards. No intos, so that's good. Pollard with 60-yard rushing. But he tried to spread the ball, man. But I don't know. They shut down Calvin Ridley, I guess, man, because that's the man. At least on the wide receiver side. Bo Nix, 176. That's not good enough, my guy. 2 interceptions. Gee. I know I didn't see the game, so I don't know how the interceptions happened, but he did throw a touchdown. J.K. Dobbins robbed me, because he's the one that scored a rushing touchdown, which should have been Harvey. Dogs. Harvey averaged 11 yards a carry. 6 carries for 70 yards, my G. And he didn't get a touchdown. And then he caught one catch for minus a yard. So hopefully he gets more opportunities with the dump off. You know what I'm saying? But Cortland Sutton, number 1 wide receiver on the squad, 6 catches, 61 yards, and a touchdown. Official. Broncos win. The Lions and Packers. The Lions look a little bad. They got some things to tweak. But the Packers, you couldn't mess with them yesterday, bro. They did it all. Love passed it to all 1,700 wide receivers that they got on the squad. Let me let you know, B. He only passed it for 188 yards with 2 touchdowns, but no interceptions. Josh Jacobs only had 66 yards with a touchdown. You know what I mean? Dobbs came through, 2 catches for 68. Jordan Reed, a touchdown, 3 catches for 45 yards. Tucker Kraft, a touchdown, 2 catches for 16 yards. It's not big numbers, bro. But they definitely played as a unit. What's his face? Parsons had his first sack as a Green Bay Packer. He made things happen. He made things difficult for the Lions. It is what it is. And then the game last night, if you didn't catch it, so sorry for you, my friend. But that Ravens Bills game, my dude, that's what I'm talking about. If this game was the AFC Championship game, we'd probably be talking about it for years. Especially this comeback by Buffalo, man. I'm telling you, dogs, they were down like 40-25, my G. What happened to the Ravens, dog? You gotta keep running the ball. They couldn't stop the king over there. Come on. How you stop running the ball, son? 169 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns on 18 carries. You could have gave him like 25 carries. He would have went over 200 rushing yards, dog. They were not stopping him. The offensive line of the Ravens, you guys are the best. I mean, even Lamar ran it for a touchdown. He had 6 carries for 70 yards. He threw it for 209 with 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. My G, anybody fumble? Yeah, Derrick Henry fumbled. That might have been the reason. They're like, all right, we got to cut it down, cut it short a little bit. But Zay Flowers went off, 7 catches for 143 yards and a touchdown. That's the reason why I lost. And then DeAndre Hopkins. Did you see his play? Now, he only got 2 targets, caught both of them, has a total of 35 yards, but that touchdown with that one handoff, ooh. Yo, D-Hops, you're the man, dogs. That was awesome to watch. I was like, wow. And unfortunately, I got the tight end. I said, nah, loco. You know what I mean? They were talking about him in pregame and everything, my G. But loco. Mark Andrews, 1 target. Okay, so loco. How you gonna be successful in the NFL with 1 target? Unless that 1 target you catch it for, a touchdown maybe. I don't know, dogs. That was horrible to see. But that game was exciting. Viking fans, you're in Chicago. You're probably going to be, oh my God, just in. Brock Purdy dealing with a left shoulder injury. Not good for the Niners. Good for McCaffrey. Because he was the one that was questionable that game. It's going to be sooner or later, my G. You better trade him now, Doc. You waited for that good game? Oh, shoot, 25 fantasy points, Doc. Trade McCaffrey right now, dogs. I know you ain't listening to me, but if you keep him, you're going to wish you traded him, dogs. But let's say he stays healthy the whole season, babe. Then I'm wrong, you're right, you're the greatest. That's it. But the NFL is rocking. I mean, there was some good college football games too, but we're not going to talk about that. But if you stayed long enough on this video, I really appreciate it. I forgot to tell you guys, I went to the Hard Rock, and I was supposed to put it on my last video, but I didn't. So, the Hard Rock in Tampa, Hard Rock Cafe and Casino in Tampa, they just opened up this buffet. Now, I went over there so I can get my card, because I haven't gambled out there. I haven't played poker, slots, or nothing for a long time. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I don't have my card. I went over there. They were like, oh, that program doesn't even work anymore. They gave me a new card, as you saw in my other video. And I was at the slot machines. And $100 was very entertaining. Unfortunately, it never went up. To double up at 9. So, next time I'll play another game. But if you check out the food at that buffet, I think it's about $45, $50 per person. It's well worth it, my G. I should be working for these guys because I will be promoting the Hard Rock Cafe buffet. So, it's on the. I don't even know how to get there. You gotta follow the signs. But my G, check out that dish right there. Oh my God, everything there was fire except the barbecue ribs. So, the chef, if you hear me out, babe, I love ribs. So hook it up. It gave you like a little nice spice to it, but it was too tough, my G. And then my mother-in-law, that brisket right there, the spaghetti and everything. Yo, the fried shrimp. I'm only going over there for the fried shrimp. Not really, but right here, key lime pie and those oatmeal cookies, but and they had ice cream, they had flan, they had everything, dogs. Next time I'm just going for the dessert. Paying $50 to eat dessert. But that key lime pie, even though it looks like it came from a bodega, fire, son. And I'm talking about, I had some dope soup. The sushi was official. What's that orange chicken? Oh, man. To die for. The steak that I had, my G, that steak was cooked so good. You couldn't see it in the picture. It was like under the ribs. But my dude. And then I had a drink, you know what I mean? You pay extra for alcohol. You pay extra to have lobster. And the lobster looked fire, babe. I'm telling you, dogs. I'm going back just for that. I wasn't even expecting to go there. I went over there, just to spend some time with my mother-in-law, do a little gambling, chilling, you know what I'm saying? Hanging out at the casino, because that's what we love to do. And so when I went to get my card, they were like, oh, here's a, boom. I got, you know what I mean? A little 50% off. Yo, son of fish. I'm going back. And the yamin by my local. For real. But I hope you guys like my video, son. It's nice and short. We get up, my G. Hasta la próxima. Hands down sports. Estamos aquí.